रेडियो बुला मस्ती, आपकी मस्ती भरी फ्यूजन स्टेशन जो है फीजी देश की दिल की धड़कन। कनाडा, फीजी, इंडिया को जोड़ता हुआ आपके साथ 24/7 शामिल रहते हैं वैंकूवर कनाडा से। अनेकता में एकता की हमारी शान है, यही रेडियो बुला मस्ती की पहचान है। ये मस्ती नहीं सस्ती, सुनो रेडियो बुला मस्ती।
गुड आफ्टरनून दोस्तों, नमस्कार, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, सत श्री अकाल, नीसम बोला। आप सभी को आयशा का प्यार और मोहब्बत कबूल हो। हाँ जी दोस्तों, एक बार फिर से हम आप सभी को स्वागत करते हैं और इस्तकबाल करते हैं रेडियो बुला मस्ती के इस माध्यम पर। और हमारे साथ आज जुड़ा है एक बहुत ही ख़ास मेहमान। आप लोगों ने शायद उनका आवाज़ पहचानेंगे रेडियो पर, और अगर आप वीडियो पर है, हाँ जी, अगर आप वीडियो पर है तो मिस्टर बिलाल चीमा को बहुत से लोग पहचानते हैं। हमने भी खुद इनको कम्युनिटी में बहुत ही जगह देखा है, हाय हेलो भी किया है, और इतना अच्छा लगा है कि आज हमें मौका मिला कि मिस्टर चीमा को हम लेकर आए आज स्टूडियो में। सो मिस्टर बिलाल चीमा, वेलकम टू रेडियो बुला मस्ती।
Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you. I'm really honored to be here and spend a little bit of time with you and your listeners.
Yes, it's a pleasure, and it feels really good to have someone like you with us today. So what we'll do is just chit chat. You know, we always see each other here and there. We are always in a rush, hi bye, and then we kind of go our own ways because you're so busy in the community. And just a little introduction of Mr. Bilal Cheema. He was with the government of Canada for 18 years, and now he's currently in a private sector, and he's with the Cheema Strategies Inc. He is married to a beautiful wife, his beautiful wife Sana, lovely name, and has 3 children named Umar, Ali, and Alisha. Mr. Cheema was born and raised here in Canada, and I know him for me personally. I have known you for your initiative towards Cyclone Winston. When we had Cyclone Winston in Fiji, I know you were one of the first ones involved, and take this initiative to help our small country Fiji, and help the people down there. So for that, first of all, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for taking that initiative. It's tough to go through a cyclone, a tropical cyclone, a hurricane, and then people lose everything they have. And as a lot of people know, these tropical cyclones hit Fiji quite often. So for you to take the initiative, born and raised here in Canada, and take the initiative to want to help a different country, that said a lot about you. And for that, first of all, thank you very, very much for your help in that.
You're very kind to say thank you, but you know what? For me, when I remember the time, I remember that the time of year it was. For me, it was just natural. You know,
Achha.
a lot of people think about. Everyone has their daily struggle. Everyone has so many things going on in their life. For me, it's always carving out some time to think about others, thinking about what's happening in the world, making sure that we're informed. We can't rely on information being fed to us. We have to go search out information.
Yes.
But especially when a natural disaster happened, and growing up with so many Fijian Canadians here in the Lower Mainland, I've met so many in growing up. A lot of my friends were Fijian in East Vancouver. Someone that comes on this show, Junior Bali.
Yes.
151. Like he's someone that I grew up with. I played soccer with him. I went to school with him.
All right.
So those relationships that you grow up with, you don't forget. And I've been so fortunate to be able to work with so many different communities. But one of the communities that I've built genuine relationships with and that I feel at home with is the Fijian community. So when I heard about this, my first inclination was, I don't need to ask anyone what happened. I've seen what's happened, and I know it's going to be devastating. It's an island nation. I contacted my friend MP Randeep Sarai from Surrey Center,
Yes.
who you guys know very well.
Yes.
And I said, listen, you need to do something. You need to look into this, and Canada needs to support uh, uh, um,
A
the people
different
of
country,
Fiji,
Fiji,
right?
yes.
And that's all I had to say, because
Wow.
Randeep is cut from the same cloth. He's someone who genuinely
Mm-hmm.
cares, and he knows how important the Fijian community is, and how active and how entrenched and how settled they are.
Yes.
So we need
yeah.
to help.
Yes, he was here a couple weeks ago. Mr. Randeep Sarai was here a couple weeks ago, and again, thanks to him as well. Great individual. And today, um, the reason why I have you here is I want to just talk to you because you feel, to me, I felt like you're very inspiring. I see a lot of your videos and posts and stuff on social media, and I got inspired by that, right? And also seeing that you're able to balance your family, because you have a family, beautiful family, and also being involved in the community so much. It's not easy. It's not easy being in the community, but you're able to balance both. Mashallah, that's really good. So I feel like you're very inspiring, and that's why it kind of clicked into me that you're someone that I do want to talk to, right? So once again, sometimes the word thank you is not enough. That's
Yeah.
what I feel.
Yeah.
For what I see people do out there.
And there's a lot of people doing stuff, right? There's people
Oh,
doing
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
all over the place. And sometimes the mahal that's been created now, today's world is much different. There's so much
Yeah.
information coming at you, and so much information that's being fed at you.
Yeah.
And a lot of the information that's coming at you, it could be negative,
Yes,
right?
yes,
It
yes.
could turn you against something rather than feed you things that make you feel better.
There's more, I feel there's more that is there to put you down than to lift you up.
Absolutely. And,
Right?
and this is, the world is a scary place. It's a big place. It's a small place. I remember when I was growing up, they said it's a global village. The world is getting smaller,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We're much more connected, and
Uh-huh.
and that is right. But at the same time, I feel like the world is being ripped apart.
Yes.
There's so much strife. There's chaos. There's difficulty. There's war. There's poverty, and that divide between people is getting worse.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
And so, being fortunate to live in the best country in the world, we all have some links. Like, I'm born and raised here. My parents are from Pakistan.
Acha.
So naturally, I feel an inclination towards Pakistan. I've spent time there. I've been to India. One place that I haven't been to is Fiji, and I have to go there. I know
Wow.
there's so many people that
Yes.
may be listening that know me,
Yes.
that know, can attest to this, that I've said so many times, I can't
Yeah.
wait to go to Fiji.
Now you're on air, you're on Radio Bula Masti. It's a Fiji radio station here in Canada, and we have a lot of followers from Fiji. So for all those of you that are listening on the radio and watching the video, Mr. Cheema is gonna come to Fiji very soon. Let's hope this pandemic is over soon, and we'll ship you to Fiji. I'm just gonna move your mic a little bit. Okay, perfect. So yes, it's a place you have to go, and I have to say, people are so welcoming. Even if you don't do anything for them, they're already so welcoming. So can you imagine when you get down there, what's gonna happen?
Well, you know what? I can imagine. You know what? I can imagine. There's so many people that I've met in my life, of course, as I said before, that are from Fiji. But I remember a couple of years ago, when the Prime Minister of Fiji was here. Okay, and I think he represents the party Fiji First.
Yes.
Right. And I remember how easy it was to speak to him.
Yes,
You know,
very humble,
very
friendly
humble,
guy.
down to earth. His wife was
Yeah.
there. Some ministers were there, and it was so easy to talk to him. There
Yes.
was none of that, oh, stay away, or
I
we need to do this.
know. Yeah.
It was just, and I'm like, you know what? Probably the nation is like that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, yeah.
And-
Very easygoing, helpful.
And it's funny because I have a Gora friend of mine who I
Acha.
worked with very closely in Toronto. He called me a little while ago and he said, "Hey, Bilal," he goes, I start up a new job. I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Where are you? Your voice doesn't sound as if you're right here on the
Yeah.
ground." He's like, "I'm in Fiji."
Wow.
He's like, "I started a job for a company in Fiji and it's awesome. You need to come here." I'm like, "Oh, brother, you don't even know."
Wow. So thank you so much for having so much faith in the Fijian people, knowing that your parents are from Pakistan. So this Cheema Strategies Inc. What's that all about?
You know what? So I've been involved with the government at many different levels, the political level, the bureaucratic level, for 18 years, and people always used to encourage me to get into the private sector, check out opportunities there. I've always considered the private sector as a challenge, right?
Okay.
Because when you're with government, you have this security, you have the safety that you're in a government job,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I wanted to challenge myself, being
Wow.
born and raised in this country, being able to go out there and find success. What is success really, right? Success to me is probably different what success to you is. And everyone looks at success differently.
Definitely.
For me, it was a challenge, and I didn't get that. I didn't have the courage to take that step until my daughter was born, Aisha.
Acha.
She was born in 2017, and literally within a few months of her being born, I decided that, once my parental leave was over, I'm going to, take some leave from the government and just go explore the world and seek out opportunities. And in the process, double down on my efforts to help people. So the business that I've built is about helping people, but it's also about building an opportunity for myself, something for my family, something for the people that I work with.
Wow. So you must have like for me, I have a role model. I look up to people so they can coach and mentor me. Did you have anyone, or do you have anyone as your role model or as a coach?
Yeah, I had a lot of people in my life that, whether they knew it or not, provided me some advice, inspired me, helped me along the way. But one person consistently in my life has always been there. He's been there when I was born. He's been there when I was growing up. He's been there when I was causing problems. But he's also still there for me, and I just thank God because he's the biggest source of inspiration and blessing in my life. It's my father,
Oh wow.
Iqbal Cheema. So I remember, I'll tell you something.
Sorry,
Aisha.
what's his name?
Iqbal Cheema.
अच्छा अस्सलाम वालेकुम अंकल जी, अगर आप सुन रहे हैं एक दिन उनको भी हम लेकर आएंगे यहाँ
इंशाल्लाह।
पर, उनसे भी सुनेंगे उनके कुछ अच्छे अच्छे बातें. So go ahead. Sorry.
He's a huge inspiration. मुझे याद है जब मैं छोटा होता था,
अच्छा.
we used to live in East Vancouver. उस वक्त कोई Facebook नहीं था, कोई social media नहीं था. उस वक्त you didn't have that real time connection.
Yes.
And I remember that on the weekends, a lot of my friends now wonder why I'm so fascinated and interested in airplanes and why I know so much about airplanes. I'll tell you why. On the weekends, on a Saturday and Sunday, my dad used to take my brother and I, get us into his station wagon and drive over to Richmond to the airport. And he used to drive in, he used to walk into the international arrivals, and he used to have a piece of paper and a pen, and he used to write down all the different airlines that would be coming from South Asia, and where people would be coming from those flights. From those nations, all the different routes. And then he would, grab a coffee, grab us some snacks, and we would go sit, and he'd grab a newspaper, and we'd sit at the south end. The east end of the south runway, and it's still, that spot is still there. And I used to be fascinated with airplanes, so I used to see airplanes land and take off. And when I used to go home, I used to start researching at the library through pictures what airplanes look like.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And my dad used to pick up people that didn't have anyone else to greet them at the airport. Bring them home.
How would he know that they don't have anyone?
Because he would stand there and wait and see if and then he would go and offer them, a ride or any help. And my dad we used to put him in the station wagon in our vehicle, drive him home, provide him some food. My dad used to help him over a couple of days, find a
Oh,
place
my
to stay,
goodness.
help them if he could find a job, any type of support. And my dad did this without any fanfare, much like a lot of our pioneers did.
Yes,
They did
yes,
things
yeah.
for the right reasons,
Yes.
and they didn't do it for fanfare, for pictures or
Yes,
anything.
yeah.
And that was the beauty. I remember that ethic and that commitment to helping others. He didn't never have to tell me. It was me always
Seeing what he
seeing
does,
by
yeah.
example,
Yeah.
and just implementing that in my life. That I've seen my dad through helping others build such a beautiful, successful life. And you know what? Maybe if I copied him to a certain degree,
Yes, yes.
that maybe I can have a happy life.
Yeah.
So that's my inspiration. That's why I do what I do. I'd love to help out wherever I can. If someone does call me or if someone asks me for some help, I'll never say no. I'll say, okay, tell me more. How can I help? Right? I'll find a way. Maybe I don't have all the answers, and no single person does.
Yes,
But maybe you
yeah.
can help someone by pointing them in the right direction.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So my dad.
Wow. So Wow. So he's an inspiration. He's a role model. He's a leader. And you kind of followed him,
Yeah, he's my leader.
right?
Whether or not others, he was always active in the community. He was always helping, and for me, he's always been my leader and my guide.
Wow. And, I believe in you do good, whatever you leave behind after you're gone. If people continue doing good stuff that you taught them, you still get the blessing for it,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, that
So-
thing still count. That counter is still going,
yes,
right?
Yes, yeah.
All that stuff,
It's like you plant a seed, you die, the plant is producing fruits. People are still eating the fruits. You're still getting the blessing for
That's
it.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's a beautiful way to kind of look at it, because that's how I
Yeah.
view the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I always,
Wow.
I'll tell you that for me to think about, what I've been able to learn from my father, and now being a father myself, and seeing these children grow in today's world, how am I going to connect with them to hopefully share with them what I was able to learn from my father, so they can have some of these qualities in their life. And that's a
Yes,
big
yeah.
challenge for me. That's something that keeps me up. That's something that I'm constantly thinking
Yeah.
about, because I know I have to be a good role model to them.
One thing, I don't know you personally, like this is the first time we sat down and we got into this depth of our conversation, but just following you on social media, I don't know what it was, but you said you had posted a picture of one of the drawings that your kid had made, or I think you were schooling them, right? You were doing your work in a room, and I think the kids were there, and I'm like, wow, he's so involved in the community, so well known, right? So busy, but he still has time for his kid, and he's not shy, or he's not holding back to show off his kids, not show off, but show what he's doing with his kids. And that kind of was stuck in my head, that it's so important to have family time,
Absolutely.
right?
For me, building that time and including them, like, sometimes, especially the last couple of months with COVID, it's been, it's been different,
Yes, yes, it's been different.
operating.
Yeah.
So for me, being at home, I travel a lot for my work. So it was nice to be at home, participating. I have to give credit where credit's due. 90% of the work is done by my wife,
Yes, and
Sana,
you can look at the camera and tell her.
and also by my parents, because they take a big active role in my children's lives. I'm fortunate to have both my mom and dad with me, but when I'm there, I want to be able to connect with them. I want them to feel that Baba's there for them, that Baba's there and a part of their life, and taking an interest in the stuff that they're doing.
Yes.
So spending time, I'm not shy. Now I'm using Zoom and
Yes.
stuff like that for my meetings at home, and they're sometimes crawling over me, in the back of me, coming and showing me
Yeah.
stuff, and I'll stop. Like I won't stop them, but I'll take a break and say, hey, listen, guys, give me 2 minutes. Let me just deal with them, because
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want them to feel that I'm not paying attention to them.
Yes, yeah.
Of course, if they're there for like 99% of the time, I'll tell them, okay, you
Yeah.
know what, but I'll come to you later. Give me some time. Let me finish up my meetings, and they get it too. Baba's in a meeting. Don't worry. They'll talk to each other. So when they see me in a meeting, the older one will say to the younger one, Ali, don't bug him. Baba's in a meeting. He'll come talk to us later.
That shows respect right there. Because quite often what happens is, if we're in a meeting, we don't want to show the kids, we don't want to show the people we are in a meeting with that I have my kids bugging me, right? But
Yeah, you know what? In COVID, I'd rather show the kids than my T-shirt that I was wearing. And, it was a perfect. COVID was a blessing in disguise for me, because I was able to spend more time with my family and gel with them, and find that time.
Yeah.
You know how much of a blessing it is to
Yes.
sit at this table like this,
Uh-huh.
and to eat dinner together.
yes,
Right?
you know what? It's sad that a lot of people lost their lives because of COVID, and it's sad that we had to get to this situation to find time to have meal with your family. Same with me, always running around with media and the radio business and all that, right? And in just 1 month, there has been so many times where me and my kids, my husband, we all sat down at a table and we had dinner together. I didn't say anything, but I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, wow, This
Yeah.
is what we were missing.
Yeah.
Right?
And you know what? To the point where in my home, my kids were setting the table.
There
You know,
you
and
go.
they knew that, okay, Mama's making food, Baba's
Yeah,
helping
yeah,
out, Baba's
yeah.
around, everyone's around, Daddy and Mommy,
Yeah.
they call, they're around. So my kids would set the table. Like,
Yeah.
just going through that process. I don't know if we're gonna, what the next year is gonna look like, 2 years is gonna look like, but just, I'll never ever forget those
You know,
moments.
my kids are older. They're in youth stage, and after having dinner, the two of them got up. They picked the dishes from the table, and they were washing the dishes, both of them, right? And my husband's sitting there taking a video of them. He goes, "We might never see this again." So it did teach us a lot of stuff. Yes, there's good with bad, but it showed us the value, what we were missing, right? And I don't know about you, but I thought about it, and I'm like, why didn't I pause and stop and do this before COVID?
Because we're in the dog eat dog world. We're constantly moving.
Yes, yes,
You're
yeah.
every day there's things to do, people to meet, things to
We
accomplish.
don't know how to stop.
We don't know how to stop. So
Yeah.
one thing that I've learned through this process is you got to prioritize your time.
Exactly,
There's
for
time
sure.
for everything. Allocate your time and give yourself a break.
Yes.
Where you don't do
yeah,
nothing, where you
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
to use your mental strength for anything. Just do whatever, right?
True, true.
And I'm going to try to implement that in my life post-COVID. COVID's been challenging. A lot of people have been affected by this. A friend of mine, Atish Ram.
Yes. That's very sad that.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I haven't heard from Atish for a while, right? And then the next morning I wake up and someone's sending me this link. And I'm like, wow.
I know.
It's so
I felt the same way.
sad, right?
I serve with him on a committee, a South Asian committee, and he's an inspirational person.
Yes,
You learn
yes,
so much when he
yeah.
just speaks. But when I saw that and I saw what he looked like, what he went through, I lost my breath for a second, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like all of a sudden, and thank God he's sharing it, because it takes, sometimes we're not paying attention to what's happening in other parts of the
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
but when it's someone you know, you pay
It
attention.
It hits hard, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. It's very sad, but I'm so happy to see that he fought it.
Yeah.
He's a fighter. He
Yeah.
is a fighter, but again, like you said, a very good coach and a role model for me as well. Since I've been in the radio business, he's guided me immensely.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, he'll tell me.
He's one of those gems, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That he's always doing good. He's always doing things in the community.
yeah.
And when you see something like this happen, you
Yeah.
feel
But he
bad.
doesn't go out looking for credit.
No,
He'll
he
just
doesn't.
do it.
Yeah, he just does it.
Yeah, he just does it. Yeah. So, what kind of other involvement do you have in the community right now?
Listen, it's not organized in any sense. I have a number of different nonprofits that I work with, and I try to keep them involvement at the grassroots level. I'm not someone that gives advice and walks away. I like to roll up my sleeves, get my hands
Good.
dirty, and lead by example. We need more people doing rather than saying, and that's kind of the modus operandi that I
Yes.
operate with. So one of the things right now that's on my plate is an upcoming fundraiser for the Muslim Care Center. I don't know if many of your listeners know about the Muslim Care Center.
I heard about it. One of my very good friends, brother, what's his name? What's his name? There's a gentleman there. What's his name? I forget his name. It's gonna come back to me.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, but I know one of the brothers there. He's the owner of Taqwa Halal Meats.
Hafiz.
Brother Hafiz, yes.
He's another gem.
Yes, he is so positive, Brother Hafiz, of Taqwa Halal Meats.
Awesome.
I'll get a message out of nowhere, sister, look at the life this way. Like, out of nowhere.
He's so
Such
awesome.
an inspiring quote that I get. And sometimes it's hard to believe that he's from Fijian community, and he's so supportive.
I was with him on Monday at his house, in his backyard, just brainstorming about life.
He's
and we
amazing.
talked. He inspires me. He opens up my mind to different things. He provides so much focus and discipline. He's one of those ones that it's so funny that we're talking about him, because
Yeah.
I was just with him, and I talk to him almost daily.
Yeah.
Talk and then message numerous times in
Yeah.
a day. He's someone that also is a gem that, doesn't look for the limelight,
No.
but is always helping so many places.
Exactly, yeah. He's helped us here with Radio Bula Masti. Good coach for me as well.
Yeah.
So thank you, Brother Hafiz, for all your support. So yes, Muslim Care Center.
Yeah, June 20th. Of course, in the COVID era, this is an online fundraiser. I've sent you the information if you can pass it on. But what
For
we're looking
sure.
to do is, the Muslim Care Center, for the people that don't know, is doesn't discriminate. It's just under the banner. It's a name. With so much over the last little while bigotry and hatred and the stereotyping of Muslims, it was under that Muslim banner. There's a location in Vancouver, and we have a location in Surrey, downtown east side in Vancouver, and Surrey Central here. And we're looking to do chiropractic care, medical care. We do addiction awareness and seminars. We do every single day. We provide nutrition to people who need it in those parts of the world. And since last August, since this we started the Muslim Care Center, over 600,000 people have been impacted, through the different tentacles that the Muslim Care Center has. And for us, we're a volunteer-driven and operated organization.
Yes, yeah.
And we're doing a little bit of fundraising on June 20th to support some of the operations for the next year.
Yeah.
And it's all tax receivable and tax deductible.
We'll be there to support.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So quite often, I'm glad you touched on that it's under a Muslim Care Center, like a banner. Because quite often there has been times where I've been approached and people ask me, why does it have to have the name Muslim in it? Shouldn't it be for everyone?
It's for everyone. Yeah. The
All
benefits flow to everyone and anyone that needs it. When you talk about the downtimes in life, when you talk about poverty, when you talk about other strife, it doesn't look for what your identity is. It hits anybody,
Yes,
right? It
yeah.
can hit anybody. So the benefits flow to everyone. I think the idea was that the banner under which it's being done is called the Muslim Care Center, much like you have Khalsa Aid,
Yes.
much like you have different organizations
Yes.
that are doing stuff. You know why? To reflect back that there is good being done by a segment of the community.
I see.
That's why.
Okay. All right. Well, good way to put it. Thank you very much for giving us some details, insight on that. So, what should we expect? I know there's all sorts of like chiropractic and all that stuff going on. So people who can come there, and the services are provided, right?
Yeah.
Those services that you named.
Those services are provided on a daily basis, and there's other programs for women for self-defense, people who have been victims of targeted attacks themselves, and who have taken upon themselves to go and learn some sort of self-defense. And it's women that are doing this, and the women that are teaching other women how to self-defense, how to defend themselves in, God forbid, any situations they find themselves. Because, as you know, the statistics, more often, it's women who are targeted, especially women who may wear a turban in the Sikh community, or women who may wear hijab in the
Hijabs
Muslim
and
community.
yeah.
So it's those ones that people can identify by looking that are targeted more.
All right, but it's open to anyone.
Anyone.
Anyone that needs help
Yeah.
can go out.
Yeah, I would say I just make a small point that that the Muslim Care Center, it doesn't ask anything, and it doesn't discriminate. Anyone who needs anything can approach. We don't ask for any information on rental, housing, anything. We don't ask anything.
Oh, wow.
Every single day, it's there's a table that's set up. People come, take what they need.
Oh wow, that's excellent. We'll definitely educate people about this and try to utilize this as much as we can. Because if it's there, people are struggling, why not
Yeah, absolutely.
give them the platform, right? All right, Mr. Cheema, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else? But no, I have something
Okay.
that I almost missed.
Okay.
In our conversation before we started this chit chat, you said that you like to bring people together. And your motto is "Bado ki izzat, choto se pyar."
Yeah, that's an important thing. It's important because community kuch nahi hoti until we breathe life into it.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Community is just a word.
Yes.
But you need to breathe life into it.
Very
How do you
true.
breathe life into it? By making sure that we connect, making sure we teach and learn from one another. And one of the things that I learned was, our seniors have done a lot. They've contributed a
Yes,
lot. They've
yes.
created and charted this path for us. So we always need to respect them.
For
we
sure.
always need to make sure that we thank them and we go out of our way.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
And also, when we talk about choton se, they're our future.
That's right.
And if we don't grip them and with love and pyar, then we lose them.
True.
They'll go
Very
find
true.
those things in other places.
Yes. Yes.
And so as a community, if we call ourselves as a community, and I believe we, as one former prime minister in Canada said, we're a community of communities. We celebrate our bracketed identities because there's a place for everyone here.
Yes.
But ultimately, we are one.
Yes.
Right? We
yes.
are one.
I see you wearing a jacket that says "We are one."
That's right.
You want to show it to the camera and our viewers and our listeners. Sorry, you can't see it, but you're on the radio, radiobulamasti.com, and with me I have Mr. Bilal Cheema. Achieved quite a bit, quite involved in our community, and I just wanted you guys to hear his voice and just hear from him directly what he's involved in. And also, there's going to be a video that will be posted on YouTube under Radio Bulamasti, and also a video on our Facebook page, website as well, www.radiobulamasti.com. आप लोग सुन रहे हैं घर से इस रेडियो को, तो YouTube पर चले जाइए later on, और ये जो इंटरव्यू का वीडियो है आपको YouTube पर मिलेगा। रेडियो बुला मस्ती आप सर्च कर लीजिए YouTube पर, या तो बुला मस्ती रेडियो का जो पेज है, फेसबुक पेज है, या तो हमारा जो वेबसाइट है www.radiobulamasti.com, वहाँ पर भी ये वीडियो मैं पोस्ट करूँगी। आप जाकर देख सकते हैं मिस्टर बिलाल चीमा है कौन। आपने रेडियो पर इनका आवाज़ सुन लिया है तो ज़रूर जाकर देखिए कि ये मिस्टर बिलाल चीमा है कौन। ज़रूर आप लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े रहिए दोस्तों, radiobulamasti.com पर। स्टेशन ऑफ फ्यूजन, वी आर द वॉइस ऑफ द नेशन। हमें दुनिया में काफ़ी कंट्रीज़ जो है लोग हमारे प्रोग्राम्स को सुनते हैं। पाकिस्तान से हमारे बहुत लिसनर्स है, और फ़िजी से बहुत लिसनर्स है, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में, कनाडा में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में बहुत से लिसनर्स है। सो ओवर 155 कंट्रीज़ में ये रेडियो को सुना जा रहा है।
That's beautiful.
So सभी को, जितने हमारे लिसनर्स हैं, उनको शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज विदाउट देम वी आर नथिंग। और विदाउट आप जैसे लोग हमें जो इतना प्यार देते हैं, हमें मोटिवेट करते हैं, इंस्पायर करते हैं, you guys are the reason where I am today, where this team is today, where this company is today.
Oh, God bless you guys for doing. माफ़ी चाहता हूँ जो लोग listen कर रहे हैं, I hope I didn't put them to sleep, but thank you for sticking with us and during this short period of time, and you will hear the beautiful music that was being played before I came. Thank you for the opportunity, Aisha. Thank you, Radio Bulamasti, and God bless you guys.
Thank you very much. हमारे ही साथ जुड़े रहो, और कभी भी कोई भी इवेंट है आप ज़रूर you can depend on us. We're there to support you and the organization that anyone is with. So हमारे साथ जुड़े रहो दोस्तों, radiobulamasti.com पर आप जुड़े हैं, और मैं हूँ आपकी होस्ट आयशा। साथ में हमारे अभी थोड़ी देर का साथी था, हमारे ज़िंदगी भर का साथी है ये मिस्टर बिलाल चीमा।
Program is not intended or directed towards anyone specific. Copyright of Radio Bulamasti.
जब बीमार होते हैं, चलने की ताकत नहीं, दवा की जरूरत है, तो कॉल कीजिएगा कम्युनिटी आउटरीच फार्मेसी 6047775601। बीमार है बस घर पर ही आपके दवा फ्री डिलीवरी हो सकता है, ब्लिस्टर पैकेजेस और क्या चाहिए, फार्मेसिस्ट भी आपके घर आते हैं, फ्री प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पिकअप एंड डिलीवरी। बस कॉल कीजिएगा 6047775601। कम्युनिटी आउटरीच फार्मेसी, यूनिट 301 कार्लटन कोर्ट। अपने कम्युनिटी के लिए लो कास्ट कम्युनिटी आउटरीच फार्मेसी डेल्टा BC में।
ASI ड्रीम हाउस एंड पेंटिंग। घर पेंट कराना हो, इंटीरियर चाहे एक्सटीरियर, पुराने घर हो या नया, रेनोवेशंस कराना हो, फेंस पेंटिंग, टाइल्स, फ्लोर्स, आउटसाइड स्टको पेंट, पार्टी पेंट, जगह जो भी होगा, जो भी कराना हो, कॉल 778-388-5460। क्विक एंड क्वालिटी सर्विस और रिजनेबल प्राइस के लिए अब कॉल कीजिए इंद्रजीत सिद्धू को 778-388-5460 पर। ASI ड्रीम हाउस एंड पेंटिंग, आपका जदा ड्रीम है, सारा पूरा हो जाए। ASI ड्रीम हाउस एंड पेंटिंग। गड्डी आज फिर खराब हो गई, मैं क्या करूं?
घबराइए मत, CMIM ऑटो रिपेयर्स लिमिटेड पर भरोसा कीजिए। इनके पास है 20 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस फॉर क्विक एंड ट्रस्टेड सर्विस। चले जाइए CMIM Auto Repairs Limited, 12580 110 Avenue, Surrey, BC. Phone number 604-339-0738.
Wheel alignment 79.95, oil change 39.95. General auto repairs with 20 years of experience. Fully certified, insured and bonded. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday.
CMIM Auto Repairs.
So let's ride. Thinking about traveling but not sure where to go and what to do? Looking for the best travel deals? Contact the travel people at Sohi Vacations. Phone 604-503-0440. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can trust and book your trip through SohiVacations.com. With 37 years of experience, you'll get the best deals with the best customer service. Call now 604-503-0440. Sohi Vacations, your travel people. SohiVacations.com.